Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about Monday Night Raw for January the 20th, 2025. So, yeah, this is actually the go home show before Saturday night's main event, which is this Saturday, which had no build at all. But is this Saturday? Overall, it was a decent show. Wasn't great, it was decent. It was just like SmackDown. It was just like SmackDown. Nothing major happened, but there were things that did happen on this show. Kevin Owens showing up on Monday Night Raw, finally addressing Sami Zayn, and Penta showing up in his second week in a row with a win. Last week he beat Chad Gable, and this week he got a victory over Pete Dunne. And both matches were bangers. And yeah, another good thing about this show was that the fact that it ended early again. So it ended at 9:30. So yeah, this was the go home show before Saturday night's main event. And on Saturday night, I will not cover Saturday night's main event for this weekend because I have a match that weekend. So I will not be able to watch it live or review it. So I might have to catch it on another day and talk about it on the Monday Night Raw review. Yeah, overall the show, it was decent. Just like what I said before, nothing major happened. This show didn't get me, it didn't have me saying, "Oh, I can't wait for next week's show." But not saying it was bad, but it was decent. It was good. So if you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And also comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about Monday Night Raw. And so tonight we were live in Dallas, Texas. And earlier they showed Rhea Ripley. She got attacked. Rhea Ripley is the women's world champion, and she was attacked backstage by Nia Jax. On Monday Night Raw, for the commentary team, is usually Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee wasn't there, so Wade Barrett had took his place. And so we started off the show with Jey Uso, the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, against Gunther this Saturday at Saturday. Ugh. Why do I always butcher that, man? Saturday night's main event. So yeah, he was on his way to the ring. He was eating, of course, and he got in the ring. He grabbed the microphone and said, "This weekend, I will win." We all knew what he was gonna say. He was gonna win the World Heavyweight Championship. But before he could say that, Gunther's music hit, and so Gunther came out. Gunther is the World Heavyweight Champion. Came out, and Gunther was like, "Let me finish that for you. You said you're gonna beat me and become the new World Heavyweight Championship. You're gonna beat me and become the new World Heavyweight Champion." Yeah, right. I don't think so. And so he called Jay a dork. He called him a dork, and he also called him a mascot, saying that you always do things for Roman and your brother and the rest of your family, and I may as well get challenged by your brother Jimmy. Gunther has said that his actions and his words don't align, but his does. Jay, he has said, all right, you're right. I am a mascot, and these people right here, they are my team. They are my people. And so Jay, he told Gunther, I already told you, man, I already respect you, but but you also need to respect me and put some respect on my name. And after I beat you, you will respect me. And then, Jay, he has said, unlike you, Gunther, I have main evented WrestleMania. And so that's when Gunther got upset. He attacked Jay, and they both started brawling. And then Jay got the better of it, gave Gunther a super kick, and Gunther rolled out of the ring. He left his title inside of the ring, and so Jay grabbed the championship and he held it up in the air. So that was it with that segment. So that's another reason why Jay is not going to win, because he grabbed the championship, he held it up in the air, and he got the better of Gunther. And if you guys been watching WWE for a long time, not just WWE, but any wrestling promotion, if you hold the championship up before your championship match, it's bad luck. That means you're not going to win the title. So, yeah, I mean, we all know that Gunther is not losing the world title anytime soon. But yeah, that was it. The New Day, they were backstage with JBL. That's Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. They were backstage with JBL. JBL, who showed up on TNA's pay-per-view last night. TNA Genesis, right? And so, yeah, JBL, last week they said that JBL was going to be on the show. They didn't tell us what he was going to be doing, but we found out what he was doing. He was going to be on commentary for New Day's match. And so, yeah, they greeted JBL. And JBL, he had put over Big E, saying that Big E was pretty much the best part of the New Day. And so, Kofi and Woods, they were not happy. They were upset about what JBL said, and, they left. Oh, and another thing, Kofi Kingston, he had paid off JBL. He gave him like $2, and he put it in his coat, his blazer, right? And so, he tried to pay him off to speak good about the New Day on commentary. So Kathy Kelly, she was backstage and she interviewed Bayley. Bayley, she said that she was officially been traded to Raw in this transfer window, and which is good. She wasn't doing anything else on SmackDown. But yeah, she got traded to Raw and she declared herself Women's Royal Rumble match. And so Nia Jax, and Bayley, of course, she won last year's Royal Rumble for the women. And so Nia Jax, she had interrupted and she said that she's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble match. And so Bayley, she had stood up to I'm getting all these people's names mixed up. Bianca, I was about to say Bianca. But yeah, Bayley, she had stood up to Nia and she said, I saw what you did to Rhea Ripley. Try exactly everything that you just did to Rhea Ripley. Try that on me. And, Nia, she had said, I'll see you tonight. It was Rey Mysterio versus Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods in his corner. Now, at first, I thought we were supposed to get a tag team match because last week when they was advertising the show, they said that the New Day would be in action, right? And so, yeah, and they just changed it to a one-on-one match. And so, yeah. So, yeah, JBL joined the commentary team. And then the New Day, this is what I was waiting for. I was waiting for new theme music for the New Day. And we didn't get it. They played their old theme song and they came out and they just said, cut the music, turn that crap off. This is not our music. And so, I was really hoping for the new music. They didn't play any music. They just cut the music off. And so Kofi, they grabbed the microphone. They were talking. Kofi got his money back from JBL. Kofi was actually wrestling in jeans, black jeans. There really wasn't much to this match. Kofi and Ray, they were fighting outside the ring. I think Ray was trying to go for like a Hurricanrana spot. But Kofi, he accidentally dropped Ray on the floor. And so they eventually went for the spot again. But this time Kofi, he had hit the ring post, not the ring post, the steel steps. And so Woods got involved in the match twice. And so the second time he got involved in the match, the referee ejected him. He never left. Kofi or Ray Mysterio hit the 619 to Kofi. And then, after the 619, Ray usually go for the splash. Kofi got his knees up, went for the cover, kicked out. And somehow Kofi tried to go for something. I don't know what he was going for. I wasn't paying attention at that part. But Kofi tried to go for something, but Rey Mysterio had rolled him up for the 3-fall, the pinfall. So after the match, the New Day, they attacked Rey Mysterio. And then we had the rest of the LWO. They came out. It was Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. They came out and they saved Rey. And so New Day had ran away through the crowd. And so Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde, they checked on Rey Mysterio while the New Day fled. And so without them knowing, New Day came back out. They came back out and blindsided Joaquin Wilde by throwing him to the ring post from the outside. The American Maid, they were backstage. They were getting interviewed, I believe, by Kathy Kelly. And so Gable, he was upset that he lost to Penta last week. And, Gable, the whole story with Gable is that he have a problem with the luchadors and all that stuff. And so he wanted help from Dominic Mysterio, a person that knows about luchador wrestlers and all that stuff, or luchadors, right? And then, so he said he was going to get help from Dominic. And then Ivy Now, she said that she wants the women's Intercontinental Championship. And then Julius and Brutus Creed, they want the tag team titles. So they all want gold. Karrion Kross and Scarlett of the Final Testament, they were with Jackie Redmond outside or at ringside. Jackie, she had asked about the Wyatt Six, right? Getting traded to SmackDown. And so Kross had said, yeah, what about them? We beat them already. And so Jackie had asked about the Miz. Kross had said that Miz is on assignment. Kross had said that he had his eyes on Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn. And Kross talked about Sami Zayn, I guess you could say, being a hypocrite or second guessing himself. You know, one day he's fighting with the bloodline, and then on the other side, you know, he's fighting against the bloodline. And he said that Sami, I don't even believe that Sami believed anything that come out of his mouth. Jackie had asked Kross, all right, Kross, do you have a problem with Sami or not? And so Kross was like, you know what? We'll have to find out. And so Sami music had played. He walked out to the ring, and Sami grabbed the microphone. He said that I'm declaring myself in the Royal Rumble match. And so Sami had brought up Seth Rollins and, you know, what he said about the little talk that they had last week, you know, about Seth Rollins saying to Sami, you got to help yourself out before you help somebody else out. So he went down, you know, everybody that announced themselves in the Royal Rumble match, you know, he said that the difference between himself and those guys, you know, they have a world championship to their name besides Sami Zayn. So I'm guessing the NXT championship don't count as a world championship. He says that he wants the world championship and he will take it. And so he had fire in his voice at that point. And so Kevin Owens' music had hit. And I was like, uh-oh. So, yeah. So this is the first time that Kevin Owens addressed Sami Zayn. And everybody was wondering, like, when is Kevin Owens going to go after Sami? And so, you know, Sami has said to Kevin, you know, Kevin, I knew you was going to come out. And so what I'm here to tell you right now, how's it going to go down? I saw what you did to Cody Rhodes. I saw the things that you done to Cody Rhodes. So I'm just telling you right now, you know, what's going to happen? What you about to do? And so Kevin was like, Sami, I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to talk to you. You know, KO said, you know, at first, you know, I was upset that you teamed up with Roman and helped him out and all that stuff. But then, you know, I had time to think about it. And I realized that you two have a long history, just like you and I, Sami. We have a long history. Sami, he said that Sami forgave Roman Reigns, just like Sami forgave KO. And he said that Sami is a good guy. And he said that, Sami, you will win the Royal Rumble. You can and you will win the Royal Rumble. The stunt that he pulled off on Rey Mysterio saying that he will win the Royal Rumble and go on to WrestleMania, he did the same thing with Sami Zayn tonight. And he said, you will win the Royal Rumble and you will come after me and my Winged Eagle Championship, you know, in the main event of WrestleMania. We main evented WrestleMania together as a tag team. And now when you win the Royal Rumble and I walk out as a double champion, we're going to main event WrestleMania in a one-on-one match for my titles. So he said that, Sami, you will win the Royal Rumble because I have your back. And I'm going to win this ladder match with Cody Rhodes because you have my back. And he said that Sami is a brother to him. You know, brothers always have each other's back. And so I know you will have my back, Sami. And so that was pretty much it, man. That was pretty much it. Yeah, I was really expecting KO to go off on Sami just like how he went off on Cody. You know, because he knew Sami Zayn longer. He knew Sami Zayn longer than Cody Rhodes. And Sami Zayn did the same thing that Cody Rhodes did. Helped Roman Reigns out. He helped Roman get the Ula Fala and all that stuff. Helped Roman Reigns in a War Games match. You know. So I was really expecting KO to do the same thing that he did to Cody. To Sami. So, you know, I guess that's the reason why. Because you remember that interview? The interview that he did with Michael Cole in his car on SmackDown. Michael Cole had brought up Sami Zayn, right? And so Kevin was like, you know what? I'm gonna deal with Sami at a later time. So I guess that was his time. All the time that he, you know, was not going after Sami, right? All the time that passed by, he was thinking about it. Kathy Kelly, she interviewed Sheamus. And then Sheamus was talking about chasing the IC championship, saying that championship is the reason why he got into wrestling and all that stuff. And so he got interrupted by the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker. And Breaker has said that he's going to beat Sheamus and bite him. And he told Sheamus to retire. And so Sheamus had shoved him. And then Jackie Redmond, she was with Ludwig Kaiser. She was with Ludwig Kaiser at ringside. Kaiser has said that he will become a champion. And he brought up Penta. And he has his eyes on Penta. Yeah, he said he's going to go after Penta on his time. And so we had Nia Jax versus Bayley. Roxanne Perez was in the crowd. Bayley's left arm was the focus of the match. Bayley had gotten Roxanne's face. And so Roxy, she tried to slap Bayley. But Bayley had punched her in the face. And so Roxy tried to hop the barricade. But the security guy had grabbed her and started carrying her out. And so, yeah, this was the funniest part of the whole entire match. So, yeah, the security guy was carrying her out. And so they had this lady, she was sitting right next to Roxy. And so the lady had fell out of her seat and she fell on the ground. So, yeah, Bayley, just like what I said before, her arm was the focus of the match. And so Nia tried going for the leg drop, right? And so Bayley had moved out of the way at the last second. And so as she was moving out of the way, her arm had got caught. The weight of Nia Jax had landed right on her arm. So, yeah. Oof. So Bayley had hit Nia with her own move, the Annihilator. But, obviously it wasn't effective. A sunset flip to Nia, followed up by the diving elbow drop. Kicked out at 2.999 seconds. And then we had the pop-up Samoan drop to Bayley, followed up by the running senton. And she used all her weight too, man. And then to win the match, she hit the Annihilator to Bayley to win the match. And so after this match, Rhea Ripley, she came out to her music and she started brawling with Nia Jax, trying to get her revenge on what she did earlier tonight. And so the security team tried to separate these two. And, you already know how these stuff go. They always break through. And then there's a spot with the security people falling down. So Rhea Ripley, she jumped off the announce table onto Nia Jax and the security people. And so Rhea Ripley, she grabbed the microphone and she just challenged Nia Jax to a match at Saturday night's main event. The latest match that was added to this card. And so we had the Judgment Day. They were backstage with Chad Gable. So Finn Balor wasn't there. And so Dominic had gave Gable a card. He had gave Gable a card and he just started reading this card out loud saying, some dark arts, the dark arts luchador or something like that. So Gable had left, and then Liv Morgan, she started throwing shade at Finn Balor, talking about him behind his back while he's not there, calling him out for losing. So JD, he was trying to get a rematch. He tried to talk to Pierce to try to get this tag team rematch with the War Raiders. And, Dominic, he was like, you know what? Finn's not here. Why don't I take your place? Because, they got the whole free bird rule. So Dominic, he volunteered to take Finn's spot. And, and it was official, too. It was official for next week's Raw. And so Dominic, he had told Liv, I'm going to make it right with you. And then Liv was like, you better. So Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn, they were backstage. And Sami Zayn appreciated Seth Rollins for calling them out. Saying that you got to help yourself out before you help somebody else out. Seth has says, when it comes to push and shove, I will throw you out of the Rumble. And Sami was like, not if I throw you out first. And so after that, we had the match with Pete Dunne and Penta, which was probably the best match on the show. So Pete Dunne, he grabbed the microphone, right, to try to cut a promo. But, he got cut off. So he was talking, and during the promo, he got cut into the commercial break. And so, when we came back from commercial break, he wasn't talking anymore. Penta's fingers were the focus of the match, because Pete Dunne, he loves to go after the fingers in a joint manipulation tactic. So, yeah, Penta had caught Dunne with a super kick in midair. So this is why Pete Dunne, he hit a backflip off the top rope, and Penta just caught him right in the gut with a super kick. The Mexican Destroyer. to Dunne, follow up by the Tope con Hilo. And then at this point, Penta, I call Penta a she. Oh, a she. So Dunne had the triangle choke locked in on Penta. And so he picked Dunne up and just gave him a backbreaker to break it up. And that backbreaker, man, it looked wicked. And so Penta hit his sacrifice to Dunne, follow up by the Penta driver to win the match. And so, yeah, Penta is 2 for 2. He won his match last week and he won his match this week. And both matches were bangers. CM Punk was interviewed by Jackie Redmond. Punk has said, "Does it feel great to be alive on a Monday night in Dallas?" And Punk started talking about the Rumble. And Punk has said that he makes history and he will make history by winning the Rumble for the first time in his career. He started talking about everybody that was in this match. He talked about John Cena. He said he can't see John Cena throwing him out of the Rumble. And so, yeah, he said no one can beat him at his best with the people behind him. He talked about Cena. He talked about Drew. He talked about Seth. He talked about Roman. He said that he helped Roman settle his family business. And he said that Sami Zayn is not on his level. And then this was the funniest thing, too. This was probably one of the funniest things on the show. One of the funniest things on the show, Punk had called out Hulk Hogan. He's like, "I'll even throw Hulk Hogan out of the ring. I'll even throw him out of the Royal Rumble." And so the crowd just started cheering. He cooked Hulk Hogan. He cooked him. And so the crowd just started cheering. And so Jackie Redmond, she was shocked. She had that shocked look on her face like, can't believe he just said that. So Kathy Kelly, she interviews the War Raiders. And the War Raiders, they said they were ready for any challenge. Whatever team is ready, we will take them on anytime, anywhere, any place. We had Zoey Stark and Shayna Baszler of the Pure Fusion Collective with Sonya Deville in their corner versus Io Sky and Dakota Kai of Damage Control. This was a fun match. So Stark, she had caught somebody. I think it was Dakota Kai with a missile dropkick, dude. Bro, right in the gut. And the height that she got off of that dude. Ugh. So yeah, to end the match, Io. So Shayna had the Kirifuda clutch on Io, and she escaped it by going through the ropes, and that caused Shayna Baszler to choke herself on the rope. And to end the match, Io hit the diving moonsault to Baszler to win the match. So Damage Control win the match. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. So this is their WrestleMania rematch. And this actually went longer. Than their WrestleMania match. Both Seth and Drew, they needed a win. One of them needed, they both needed a win. But the question was, who needed more? Because Drew McIntyre, he just got off a loss from, he lost the last time he was on Raw against Jey Uso. And then Rollins, he had lost to Punk on the first episode of Raw on Netflix in the main event. And, and plus Drew McIntyre, he won the WrestleMania match. So I'm guessing, Seth Rollins needed to win more. Yeah, they were going back and forth for chops. And I will tell you this, man, I will not be trading chops with Drew McIntyre. That's all I'm saying. Drew, he had threw Seth Rollins onto the table, the announce table, and then Seth just started rolling over the announce table. And so Seth went after Drew's arm. Seth had hit his Falcon's Arrow spot, the superplex, followed up by the Falcon's Arrow spot. He hit the superplex, tried to go for the Falcon's Arrow, but Drew blocked it and hit a Michinoku driver. So Rollins, he was talking smack to Drew McIntyre while he was down, and he started grabbing at his face and stuff. And, and Drew had poked Rollins in his eye and gave him a future shock DDT. Drew, he kept hitting lariats to Rollins, lariat after lariat after lariat, and then Rollins had gave Drew the jackknife cover to win the match. So Seth Rollins won the match, and so after the match, Drew attacked Rollins, and then Rollins tried fighting back, but Drew had caught him with a Claymore kick. So Drew had set up Rollins. He had put his head against the ring post, and Drew was outside the ring. He was trying to go for the Claymore kick outside the ring, but Sami Zayn ran out and attacked Drew. And, Rollins, Seth went to go check on Seth. Sami went to go check on Seth. and Drew had gave him a Glasgow kiss, and they brought the action back into the ring. Drew had set up Rollins in the corner, and Sami Zayn went charging at him, going for the haluva kick, but Drew moved out of the way, and he accidentally caught Seth with the haluva kick, caught him clean in the face, and that was it. That's how Raw ended at 9:30. And so yeah, that was it. Just like what I said, man. It was a decent show, but like nothing major happened. Like it didn't get me saying, "Oh, I can't wait till next week's Raw." You know, it was good. You know, it was decent and all that stuff. It was just like SmackDown. You know, nothing major happening, no big debuts and all that stuff. We did get Kevin Owens showing up, finally addressing Sami Zayn. We did get that part, and that was just about it. That was just about it. But yeah, man, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up and comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about Monday Night Raw tonight. Hit the subscribe button, hit the likes, the subscribe button, share this video. If you missed anything, everything is in the link in the description, or everything is in the description. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys on Friday, right? I'll see you guys on Friday. I will not be reviewing Saturday night's main event because I have a match this Saturday, so I won't be able to watch it live or cover the show. But I will briefly talk about it. I will watch it at a later time, and I will briefly talk about it. But on the day of, I'm not going to be able to watch it. But yeah, man, that was it. See you guys on Friday for SmackDown. And once again, guys, thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you for showing up and showing out for all these videos that I posted recently. And yeah, see you guys when I see you guys. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome, my awesome ones. And that's that. See you later, guys.